Sheathing is one way to dramatically improve your home's performance. It's often overlooked due to product knowledge and assumed costs.
On episode 2 of Behind the Build, we're going to be discussing 3 different types of sheathing options. So, Robert, why don't you give us a brief overview of what we got here?
Okay. So what we have here is OSB, and this is your most common sheathing that you're going to find. Second is plywood, not as often seen as a sheathing, but definitely used on roof decks most of the time, like a CDX. And then Huber zip system, which is a OSB with an integrated WRB.
So, looking through our Instagram feed, you see a lot of the Huber zip system that we've been using on our builds and remodels. Why would we maybe use that product over the plywood or OSB?
So the primary reason that we use the Huber zip system is because it's got an integrated WRB, which is a weather-resistant barrier. It comes from the factory, pre-applied. It's an integral part of your structural panel. The benefit of the Huber is once you put it on your wall, you're 90% done with your WRB. The next step you have to take is to apply seam tape and then roll it, compared to a traditional OSB, where once you have your OSB on the wall, then you have to come back and you've got a second step where you've got to put a house wrap onto the product to protect it from the weather.
So what additional steps would you have to take for maybe the OSB to get a waterproof or airtight home?
On an OSB, really the best practice, if you wanted to get your air barrier, you would need to come back in and either tape all the seams or caulk all the seams to get a true air barrier with your OSB. And then on top of that, you would have to install a house wrap, so either a tie-back product or more commonly what you see on production houses is a punch wrap, which is it's a pretty inferior product. When you get to your zip system, though, again, you're 90% dried in once you install your sheathing. The next step is you come back and you apply tape to all of your seams, and then once you apply your tape, you just simply come back and roll your seams, and then you're dry. The benefits of this is you can use this sheathing on your walls and your roof, and you've got a dried in house, so you can move straight on to your interior finishes. Windows can be set. You can wait to put your roof on and go ahead and get all your siding, all of your trim done, and that way, things are staged appropriately so that you're not having to overlap or come back and work off of a finished roof to install siding or something of that nature.
What would be the cost difference for each, maybe starting with OSB per square foot?
Okay, so OSB is anywhere from $16 to $30 per sheet. That works out to about 50 cents to 94 cents square foot. Plywood runs about $26, around about $26.50, and that's running 82 cents a square foot. And then when you move to the Huber zip, we're $21 to $30 roughly. So we're in that 68 cents to 93 cents, somewhere in there per square foot. So you can see it's not a huge jump to get a better product, to have a dried in house, and to be watertight, airtight, and it's more of it's a two-step system versus a multi-step system.
Are there any other sheathing products on the market that maybe homeowners should be aware of as far as when they go to build their home or remodel?
Yeah, so there's several different products, but Huber's kind of the pioneer in this area. They're the ones who first came out with the integrated WRB. There's some other manufacturers that are starting to follow suit. They're realizing the benefits of this, and so this is going to be more commonplace in the near future with either Huber Zip or LPs making a new product. And what you'll find are the builders who are strictly just concerned on cost are going to be the ones who are still trying to use OSB in a traditional house wrap. And I think a lot of that just comes down to builder knowledge. Not knowing this is the way that we've always done it, why would I change? But the industry is moving forward with better products and learning those products and trying to stay on top of the latest and greatest, and making sure that we're building houses to the best of our ability.
Thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of Behind the Build. If you have any questions or anything you'd like us to discuss here, feel free to shoot us a DM. Follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.